Hey everybody, it's your girl Misha P, and this is my final installment on love. I know it's a long time coming, and a lot of people have been asking me, when's your next video? I need to finish the series on love, and I would ask that you all forgive me for the delay, but here it goes. I wanted to talk about some things that concern me about love. I think that in our society today, people are using the word love a little too freely. They're throwing it around like it's hotcakes on a griddle. And that's not okay, because so many people don't know what love truly is. People say they love someone after 3 weeks or even 3 months, and not saying that it's impossible to love someone after 3 weeks or 3 months, but for the most part it is. And so people are using the word so freely, but don't even know what love truly is. And I look at it like this. There are people who suffer from a lack of love. Maybe they didn't get a lot of love in their home life growing up, or they just didn't really get all the hugs they felt they should have gotten. And with that, if you didn't receive love, then you weren't really taught love. So if you were never taught love, how can you give love and give it properly? You're just going on your own definition of what love truly is. So for those people who do not know what love truly is, which so many people don't, they don't know what love looks like, and they don't know how love is supposed to be. So I'm going to kind of give you a clue as to what love actually is. Now, it does not matter if you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, Buddhist, agnostic. It doesn't matter. The Bible gives a clear-cut definition and description of what love actually is. It's way more than you're going to get from Merriam-Webster Dictionary. I will say that much, because that is the world's definition of love, and the Bible gives what God's definition of love actually is. So just to kind of give you a quick overview of what love is, it's found in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, starting at verse 4. It says, "Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs." Let me say that one again. It keeps no record of wrongs. "Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails." And in a nutshell, that's just saying that love is patient. If you have to wait for somebody, then maybe you do have to wait for them. Because if you truly love somebody, you'll wait for them. Love is kind. It's nice at all times. It's not evil. It's not mean. It's not calling someone a bitch or calling a man an asshole. It's not being rude. It's not self-seeking, meaning you worry about the well-being of others. If you truly love somebody, their well-being should be important to you. If you love somebody, you are looking out for their best interest and their well-being, and not just your own. And if you were the type of person that says, well, I got to do me, or I have to look out for myself, or it's every man for himself, then you are not a loving person, and that's not love. You cannot love someone and then say, well, I'm doing me. That doesn't work. Love keeps no record of wrongs, meaning if someone does you wrong and you choose to forgive them, that means forget it. Forget it and don't bring it back up. Women have this problem a little more than men. If a man cheats on you and you choose to forgive him and take him back, that's what you've done. You've chosen to forgive him, therefore do not bring the situation back up. Women do that all the time, and I don't get it. They continue to bring up old stuff that a man did. And all that's going to do is hurt your relationship in the future, because you're continually bringing up things. Meaning you didn't really forgive if you are still bringing it up. And also, love is not evil. It's not. If You're worried about where your man is. You think he's somewhere. You see his car somewhere. Love does not slash tires and bust out windows and key cars. That's childish. And that's also a crime. You're a criminal. That's what you are. You're not a lover. You're a criminal and a fighter at the same time. So don't be evil. And love never fails. If it's true love, it'll never fail. So I think people, especially within our society today, just have a skewed perception of what love truly is. You know, really think about the things that I've said and go back and read 1 Corinthians chapter 13, starting at verse 4, and really see if this is the type of love you've been giving and this is the type of love you've been getting. And I'm sure that 98% of you will say, no, this is not really love. But also I want to talk about, you know, there are some people who think that the depth of love or the amount of love they give depends on the size of the pocket or wallet of the man or woman that they're with. Love and money do not go together. The Dream actually came out with an album that said love versus money, meaning they're always going to be at war with one another. They're not on the same level. They're not on the same playing field. You cannot compare the two. So stop loving with your pockets. You know, men, stop throwing all these gifts out thinking that that will make someone love you. And women, stop expecting gifts determining if you love somebody or not. Because it's really not right when you think about it. Get a job. How about that? Also, this is another thing that I feel very, very, very strongly about. And the situation is, if you are, let's say, a Christian, okay, when being a Christian, you have specific values that you go by. You serve the Lord, you read the Bible, you go to church, and these are the things that you believe in. You believe in what the Word of God actually says. And with that, the Bible specifically talks about fornicating, which is having sex before marriage. So, the Bible specifically talks about that. And so say you're in a relationship with someone and they believe the same way you do. They go to church, they read the Bible, they're Christians, they live on the Word of God, but yet you guys are having sex and you're not married. How is that really love when you think about it? Like, that's not love. Because if you really love somebody, you wouldn't compromise or jeopardize their Christianity and their relationship with God to fulfill your own lustful gain. So ladies and gentlemen, really think about that. If someone really loves you, would they compromise your integrity, compromise your Christianity, and compromise your relationship with God to have sex? Is that really love? I mean, because when you think about it, like the Bible specifically talks about, you know, our body is a temple. And that sex before marriage is the only sin you can commit against your own body. And so you're in a relationship with somebody and they're allowing you to do that. Do they really love you? They're allowing you to abuse your body. They're allowing you to do what God told you not to do. They're allowing you to do what the Bible told you not to do. So is that really love? I mean, really. If someone is willing to compromise their own integrity and their own Christianity and their own relationship with Christ, think about, do they really love themselves? And if they don't love themselves, how can they really love me? Because if you don't love yourself truly, you can't love anybody else. And I don't care what anybody tells you about that, you can't. It's impossible. So that's something to think about. Like, really, can somebody really love you if they're allowing you to compromise your Christianity and your relationship with God? I say no. But you judge for yourself. People are ultimately going to do what they want to do. Another thing someone wanted me to touch on was men who have no car, no job, and live with their parents, but are steadily hollering at women who have all their stuff together. Now, I also have to look at that situation as, for everything that a man lacks, a woman lacks also. So therefore, say for instance, he doesn't have a job, you probably have a bad attitude. So you're probably not that nice. He may not have a car, but you do. Or you are just barely having a car and you're barely making it. You know, so it's like there's always a compromise there, and it's kind of like, you know, who really wins? you know, who really is the person to win? I can't really speak on men not having a job, a car, and living with their parents, because half the women who want a man that has all their stuff together, who has his own place, who has his own car, who has a good job, typically don't have anything themselves, but yet they want a man that has all that. So that makes no sense. You want somebody who's completely unequally yoked to you. You want somebody that has all that you desire, but you don't want to work for it, but you want him to have it. You know? Now, there are women who do have all of their stuff together, and then there are men who just don't. And I don't think that those two people should be together. I don't. If you're unequally yoked, it's never going to work. Because there's always going to be one competition, there's always going to be resentment, and you're always going to be waiting for that person to get on the ball. And then they're not, and then your feelings are going to be hurt. So my thing is, just don't get with them. Don't worry about it, and actually get with someone who does have those things that you desire. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm just going to wrap it up, because in a nutshell, people don't know what love looks like. They don't know what love is supposed to be. They don't know what things actually are attributes of love. And I feel that people need to take the time to focus and study and see what love really is. And do I have a problem loving? Because like I said, if you have suffered from a lack of love, you are not going to know what love looks like and how to give it. So therefore, you need to work on yourself. Work on yourself. And this is another thing. Some women and also some men do not know how to be alone. Sometimes you need to be by yourself to truly work on yourself and see exactly where you need to be. And if you have not taken any time to be by yourself, and you're always calling some dude, some chick, and you are never taking any time for yourself to see what you need to improve on, you're going to continue to have failed relationships, because you don't even know who you are, because you're living through somebody else. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, but if anybody else has anything they want me to talk about, please feel free to send me a message. Let me know what's going on. To all my viewers, I love you. I do. I love you with the love of Christ. I'm not in love with you now, but I do love you all. Every one of you, whether you be my enemy, friend, or foe. I love you all, because I love you with the love of Christ. So until the next video, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day and a beautiful week. Love you.